So we are here. This is episode 4 of the Corner of M and Cube show, where we're always at the corner because the corner is where we're at. And I'm here with Patrick Gaul. And right now I'm currently in my car. I'm on Ramsey Street in Silver Spring, Maryland. As you can see, Patrick is driving, so he can let you. Where you at now, Patrick?
I'm heading into Lancaster, Pennsylvania,
Cool, cool. So
on my way to
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
see a client.
Cool, cool. So, as you guys, well, most of you don't know since it's a new thing I'm doing. This show is basically, the marketing world as I see it. People I meet, people that have the same verticals, clients, customers, whatever. And, we're just going to talk about our experiences, what we're doing, and just go from there. So, Patrick, I'll let you introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Hey, thank you, Dad, for having me on the show today, man. It's a pleasure to be here and chat with you.
No
Yeah,
problem,
so
Patrick.
I'm with Coastal Funding Group. We are a business funding company. We supply money to small and mid-sized businesses, and generally we operate in the areas that the banks and conventional lending institutions don't. So if there's a situation that prevents conventional lending to get into place, that's where I come into play.
Okay, so let's get right into it because one of the biggest things, the fears that I see with restaurant owners particularly, which is my niche, right, is that they always have a sense of like, when I walk into a restaurant, I get that look like, here comes the snake oil salesman or the sneaky car salesman. They're very skeptical, and it's a problem that I have because they've been burnt by so many quote unquote marketers before, right? It's easy to just overnight become a marketer. So, in my experience, whenever money is being borrowed, especially not from a traditional bank, there's this loan shark conspiracy thing. Can you speak to those misconceptions that restaurants may have or could have?
Absolutely, data. That's a good point. First and foremost, I don't have sharp teeth. I have fins. Uh, so yeah, typically whenever something isn't understood completely in the marketplace, it does get a negative connotation.
Right.
Now, because
Definitely.
I operate in the areas that conventional banks and lenders don't operate, our funds do come at a typically higher cost than maybe a standard loan does.
Right.
With that having been said, every restaurant knows exactly what the terms of their loan package to either take advantage of it or not, and we part friends. I mean, yeah, I operate under total transparency in that respect.
Okay. So let me ask you, cause you have experience with restaurant clients, and what are some of the reasons you find that they need business funding from guys like you?
Oh gosh, just as every restaurant is unique, the owner's needs are just as unique. Um, and because these are funds that don't have any restrictions, meaning they're not tied to collateral, they're not tied to security, they can use them for whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the uses I've seen, for instance, are maybe to cover a big quarterly tax bill. Maybe they got a big payroll coming up that they weren't prepared for.
Right.
Other things might include point of sale systems, kitchen equipment. I've seen new ovens coming in all the time. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
uses are unlimited.
Okay. So, let's say a restaurant, they keep coming up short on finance options. Are you guys still able to help them? And if so, how are you able to help them?
Well, by coming up short, I think you might be alluding to the fact that maybe they've been denied financing elsewhere.
Right, right.
So again, this is where we step in. This is where we shine. Um, Again, these loans and these funds that we provide. For instance, one of the products is known as a merchant cash advance.
Okay.
It's not tied to the owner's personal credit. It's
Mm,
not collateralized. It's not secure. So as long as they've been able to manage their business in a positive, effective way, yes, absolutely, we can help them.
wow, that's great because a lot of restaurants they may have personal issues going on, but cash flow is still coming in. So if you can base it off
Absolutely.
that gives them more options. That's cool. Um, let me see. When it comes to financing people, right? The assumption can be made that it's a tedious process. I need all this paperwork. I need to do 10 backflips, give you my firstborn, my shoe size. So, what after an owner makes a decision to get financing from you guys, what happens next?
Well, you left out your grandmother's walker, Dowda. So,
Right.
yeah, as a matter of fact, that's a fantastic question. I'm going to pull over here just for a second.
Okay.
That's the great thing about what I'm doing here is these are limited documentation loans. For instance, this is the application. It's one page, man, and this
Cool.
is all I need. Now, I may ask for bank statements and or credit card statements, but
Hmm.
other than that, the process is very quick and easy, and funding is happens in a matter of hours in some cases.
Wow, that's pretty good because some applications, and not necessarily in financing, just in general, they give you like 10, 12 pages to fill out, and then it takes 3 to 7 days to find out if what you filled out is actually going to be a benefit. So that's really good.
Exactly.
So now, I know you mentioned a few of the endless possibilities that restaurant owners can use the funds for. Are there any specific benefits, or like, are there any specific benefits that you can share after using the funds from you guys that restaurant owners have had?
Oh yeah. I had one client, as a matter of fact, that used it to renovate the interior of the dining room and just change the total look of the restaurant. And he said it was the best thing that he ever decided to do. Another
Wow.
thing that I see people doing, see business owners doing, is using the funds to ramp up, say, a major marketing campaign. And
Mm,
now, in my opinion, that makes good business sense because in the end of the day, their ROI becomes much greater than the cost of funds.
right, right. Now, if restaurant owners, if did you hear what he said? Get funding for marketing. Now, as you guys know, I do restaurant marketing, so that sounds real good to me. In fact, I'll probably call you when I get an objection on cost from my next restaurant.
Glad to help, man.
Okay, so Patrick, so wrapping it up, like if a restaurant owner needed financing right now, or was just curious on, how they can get in touch with you, get some questions answered, how could they reach you and, get that done?
Oh, this is where I get to plug myself.
Right, right.
That's great. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
No
Now,
problem.
listen, I made it real easy to reach out to me. My website, coastalfundinggroup.com, has a short little form. I think I asked for 5 or 6 questions,
Okay.
name and phone number, of course. And once you fill that out, man, I get an email right away, and I'll reach out to you by phone, and we'll chat. Um,
Great.
never any obligations. I don't use high sales techniques. I'm not a high pressure sales guy. I don't need to be. But yeah, so that's coastalfundinggroup.com.
That's great. That's great. So we're gonna wrap up the interview now. Like I said, this is episode 4 of the Corner of M and Cube show. As you know, I'm Dowda Kunde Jr. You can also reach me on LinkedIn /D Kunde, or you can reach me on social media at no doubt about it. And we're
And I
done.
know this guy knows what he's doing.
I appreciate it, man. So we are now done. Patrick, thanks for the time. I appreciate you being on the call, and definitely try to get more restaurants to get help from you.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for having me on the call, man. Make it a great day, Data.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy.
We'll see you.